What do you mean by an IP address? How is it useful in computer security? Full form of IP address is Internet Protocol Address. Each and every machine on the network is identified by a unique number known as the IP address. IP address consists of four parts. Each part is separated from the other by making use of a dot. The value of each part ranges from 0 to 255. So you consider this number 192.168.1.1 is an example for an IP address. You can see four parts are there. Each part is separated from the other by making use of a dot. So every machine on the network is given a unique number known by the name IP address. Thereby you can identify the machine in the network. When you say www.google.com, that google.com is actually an alphabetical mnemonic for the IP address. Why do you make use of alphabetical mnemonic? Because it is difficult to remember numbers. So if numbers are written as alphabetical mnemonic, easily we can remember them. So instead of typing www.google.com, if you know the IP address of Google server, straight away you can type that, you can access the web page. But it is difficult to remember numbers, hence we go for alphabetical mnemonic. Now, how is it useful in computer security? So IP address is actually useful for computer security. Let me explain that. When you visit a website, your IP address will be available to that site. It is common for websites to keep a record of all the IP addresses that visited with the date and time of visit, even if this record is never used. Website may not make use of this record, still every website keeps track of the IP addresses. Your internet service provider, suppose Asianet provides internet service to you, your internet service provider also has a record of your internet activity. Even if your IP address is a dynamic address. What is the meaning of dynamic address? It changes every time you connect to the internet. Your ISP provider will be able to identify your browsing activity because it knows what number was allocated to which customer and when. Thus, using an IP address, we can track down crackers and hence the security is enhanced. So suppose a cracker intrudes in your network, the ISP provider will be able to know the IP address of that intruder, and thereby they will be able to track down the intruders or crackers. Okay, hence we can say that IP address increases the security, okay, enhances the security.